Hey everybody, I'm Spectral Star and welcome back. Just welcome back to the greatest, most epic death battle that will ever exist. I hope you guys like my new mic. It's the same mic, just black. You know, they say that black is the new black, and I figured, well, you know, since it's a dark day for DC Comics, which I honestly think it will be a dark day for DC Comics, if they give Thanos the Infinity Gauntlet, there's not much poor old Darkseid can do. But anyways, today we're here to judge that for ourselves and to watch the latest death battle from Screw Attack. So I say, let's get the hairy helmet on and watch this bad boy.
Power. Some spend entire lives in search of it, while for others it is their birthright.
Okay.
But what truly matters in the end is how it's used.
Was that me?
Like with Thanos, the ultimate villain of
Thanos.
the Avengers.
And Darkseid, arch nemesis
Dorkside.
to the Justice League.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
I wonder who's going to win this one. It ain't the guy that
Over
does
a
this, is
million
it?
years
Okay,
ago,
sorry.
when mankind's evolution first broke away from the apes, the
I come
cosmic
from a chicken,
celestials arrived
and I
on
sexually
Earth.
identify as an attack
They
helicopter.
experimented on the human race, creating 3 separate variants.
Yeah, I know,
the
everybody
powerful
says
and
that.
beautiful
The attack
Eternals,
helicopter
destined
thing,
for
at least.
immortality. Those with a latent mutated gene, which would one day spawn the X-Men. And a
See,
deformed, disturbing
it's really
subspecies
cool.
known as the Deviants.
Like that one website with
Well,
all
I've
the
never heard of
porn.
the Deviants, but
Anyway, the Eternals
comic
eventually
book wars
colonized the
was
moons
truly
of Saturn
a
thanks to
great
this
thing
science
in
wizard
in
named
our time.
Mentor, whose collars like the
never was a
lampshade
big
put
part
on
of
a
it,
dog to make him stop licking his
but
junk.
it's
Charming.
still cool.
But while the Eternals
And that was a
seemed
very
like a
angry-looking
perfect
dog,
people,
but
Mentor's
very
own
adorable.
son would change this forever and force the cosmos to its knees. His name was Thanos.
You
Thanos.
were a fool to betray me, Ronan. Prepare to meet your doom.
Thanos was born into a life of
He's
luxury. Sure, his mom went totally insane and tried to kill him right away, but what do you think you'd do if you
Mom's
popped
pretty
out a
hot.
creepy California raisin baby?
It seems the Celestials' experiments
love
weren't
it,
quite so different
like it was
from
my
each
son.
other. Despite his eternal heritage, Thanos' large, disproportionate body and thick purple skin were thanks to a deviant mutation.
Really?
Which you'd think would mean everyone would hate him, but nope. The Eternals were super progressive and totally cool with a wrinkly grimace walking around.
That's cool.
In fact, Thanos was greatly admired for his exceptional intelligence and creativity. He was set for a positive and decorated future.
Until he threw it all away for a girl. Hey, I don't blame him. Lots of guys do crazy shit for hot chicks, especially when you're a secret murder-happy psycho who's obsessed with the physical manifestation of death.
It's
To
death,
earn
yeah.
Death's
he-
reciprocal love,
yeah, it's
Thanos
death, of
took a
course.
journey.
That's why he
a
made the
quest
Infinity Gauntlet
to ravage
anyway.
the universe in her name.
Yep.
And as an Eternal, he had plenty of superhuman power to do it. He was already the strongest and fastest Eternal around, but he boosted his power even more with bionic and magic enhancements.
Wow.
And while his physical and psionic abilities are impressive, his incredible genius led to building massive spaceships, shields that can withstand planet-level attacks, and even a time window.
And the most badass throne ever. It comes packed with its own laser weapons, light
kinda
speed
looks like an
travel,
oversized
and it
toilet.
can teleport through space and time.
It kind of
And
does.
unlike most Eternals, Thanos has also dabbled in the mystic arts. Petrification, curses,
that
even some
big?
of his throne's abilities seem to be more magic than hard science. All of this potential makes Thanos an incredibly dangerous
This is
foe.
crazy, man.
Yeah, good luck trying to hurt him. He can survive pretty much anything, including a gun specifically designed to kill him. He even shot himself in the face with it just to
What?
prove how goddamn awesome he is. Don't try that at home, kids.
Oh,
He's
that's
strong
Fight
enough
Club.
to overpower 2
Fight
Thors
Club.
at once, snap a universal weapon known for its extreme durability, and even lift the gargantuan Galactus engine.
A giant super rocket big enough to move planets. According
Thanos
to
is
Mr.
ridiculous.
Fantastic, and that guy knows his stuff, this thing is hundreds of miles long.
While the Galactus engine's size seems to vary from comic to comic, Reed's
What the hell
assertion
is that
matches
thing?
its appearance when it propelled
A testicle
Ego the
with a
Living
beard?
Planet. By examining the engine in 3 separate parts, applying the density of steel, and comparing Ego's diameter of 4,165 miles,
Oh,
we
Ego.
found that Thanos
Kurt Russell
must be
dad.
lifting about
Kurt Russell
50
planet.
quintillion tons. That's like holding up 140 trillion Empire State Buildings.
And he's
Wow.
doing this inside the gut of a living Kurt Russell planet that eats other planets and even stars. Man, I thought I had an iron stomach.
But destroying a star isn't a simple thing. Any energy directed toward a star would just be absorbed and adapted to. Only by completely nullifying a star's constant energy output can it be eliminated.
So Ego's stomach acid must be deadlier than frigging supernovas or a black hole. He'd probably love Mama Boomstick's world-famous ghost pepper pie.
Well, Mama
It's fine.
Boomstick
Just dip it in some squirrel
has a
paste.
beard
Surviving
confirmed.
the stomach of Ego isn't so far-fetched for Thanos, considering he's also survived a dip in a black hole, extreme reality warping across the metaverse, and the voice of Black Bolt.
What's so special about this guy, you ask? Well, with just a whisper, he obliterated 1 billion tons of rock. This guy can
Wow.
easily break a planet with just one shout, and Thanos took 3 of them to the face.
Although Thanos isn't known for being a speedster character, he's still quick enough to battle the likes of Silver Surfer, a
That's
being who can cover
insane.
500,000 light years in just a couple of seconds, putting him over
Wow.
3 trillion times faster than light. With so many impressive showings,
Wow.
it's hard to truly find a weakness.
Except for one.
Oh, god damn it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
Glad to be here. It's me, Deadpool, slayer of Deathstrokes, befriender of ponies, and breaker of mad Titan hearts. And like Casanova, the ravenous Reaper can't get enough of me, and Thanos just hates that. Ooh.
Well, Thanos did curse him so he couldn't die and be with her.
I know, right? He's a big purple crybaby. Have you seen that chin, though? It's like he got hit in the face with a slap chop.
Don't you have like a party in Ponytown to be at?
Ah, come on, buddy. You can't have a death battle season without Deadpool, right?
We did. The last one.
Nobody
Wow.
counts that one.
I didn't think
mean,
about that.
That's a year you pit a dog in a trench coat against a goddamn bear. It
was a good fight.
What happened?
Yeah.
Whatever. I know when I'm not wanted. See you next year. DP out.
Well, he was in this year.
Even with all of these powers and abilities, Thanos still felt he needed something more to impress Death. Think he's compensating for
Zippo
something?
lighter lady.
Oh, absolutely. So he built the Infinity Gauntlet, a golden glove which harnessed the power of 6 multicolored gems, known as Infinity Stones. With these, he could control the full spectrum of space,
Oh,
reality,
God, I can't wait for
mind,
the Avengers
power, soul,
sequel.
and time.
And with those powers combined, he summons
And hopefully
Captain
NASA's
Planet.
on it to get
Well,
Tony
more
Stark
like
out of
the
space.
destruction
He's
of
stranded,
the universe,
man.
but Sure, whatever.
Steve? I don't feel so good, Steve.
Same
Steve.
difference. But wait, isn't the Time Stone the green one in Doctor Strange's necklace?
Yep.
Well, in the movie universe, the Time Stone is green, but in the original comic series, it's orange. This is because every universe has its own unique Infinity Gauntlet that works exclusively there. And sometimes the stones are different in color. Here, just follow this handy diagram I made.
Yeah, don't care.
Yeah.
So with all the stones, he wiped out half the universe with only a snap of his fingers. But he also
Should've
started
gone
going
for the
a bit
head,
crazy
Thor.
and began to doubt his ability to perform. Hey, happens to the best of us.
Yet it never keeps the Mad Titan at bay for long, whose constant lust for power and godly status in the universe is only matched by his drive to just kill everybody.
Are they gonna mention he was in Fortnite?
Dread it, run from it. Destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. Or should I say, I am.
It's the best villain ever. Honestly, I love
10
him.
billion years ago, the primeval old gods clashed in a cosmic civil war called Ragnarok.
That the one with Thor and Jeff Goldblum?
No. Yes, kind of. The battle was so great that the result was an explosion that tore the gods asunder, sending a great god wave throughout the metaverse, eventually birthing a new generation known as the New Gods.
How original! Well, some of these include Alpine Space Skier, Fancy Pants Shakespeare, and this cyborg spider Humpty Dumpty. Half of these guys ended
That's
up
great.
on a beautiful paradise world called New Genesis, while the rest got stuck on an actual fireball called Apocalypse. With a K.
Among these damned souls was Prince Euxis, second in line to the throne behind his older brother Drax. Not Dave Bautista Drax, but DC Drax.
I was kind
Aw,
of.
man, I really like
confused
that guy.
there.
He's not afraid to say what he's thinking.
You are horrifying to look at.
To rule Apocalypse, Drax was meant to enter the mysterious Omega Pit.
At that
and
moment in
absorb
that
the
movie, I was
Omega
like, "Aw,
effect,
she's
a
not
force
ugly.
of
Come on
destructive
now."
entropy bound within Apocalypse.
But being the crafty bastard he was, Euxis tricked DC Drax into getting killed and stole the loot for himself.
And so the Omega Effect transformed Euxis into the physical manifestation of tyranny, Darkseid.
Now what?
Here we go.
As the King of Apocalypse, Darkseid entered a war on the universe. Whether he was kicking New Genesis' ass or giving the Man of Steel a hard time, Darkseid was always working toward his one goal, conquering all life.
And thanks to his new god physiology, he has incredible superhuman strength, speed, agility, and even immortality. He's already over 245,000 years old, and that's given him plenty of time to push the limits of the Omega Effect.
He's got a whole bunch of cool Omega powers that break all the rules of nature. He can teleport across time and space, fly at unthinkable speeds, warp reality around him, and grow supersized.
Something
Oh
he's
my
pretty
God.
used to doing.
I didn't
The
realize he
scale
could do
between
all
the
that.
Prime Universe and Darkseid's own universe, the Fourth World, is vast. He travels between universes via boom tubes, which automatically adjusts his size to what is considered normal within his destination.
Oh my God.
Otherwise, he'd have a hard time fitting in, given that the normal size of a new god is about the size of a star.
Oh yeah, I've had that kind of trouble with my boomstick tube.
He can use various psionic powers like telekinesis and telepathy,
Boomstick
and can
tube
easily
confirmed.
manipulate sentient beings thanks to a
Boomstick
cosmic
can
awareness
travel
of the
dimensions.
multiverse powered by 18 divine senses.
You know, I bet he never forgets where he leaves his keys.
Like a space-age necromancer, Darkseid can possess living or deceased beings, controlling them like puppets. He can even control basic inanimate objects, just like the Nomad of Nowhere.
Holy shit!
Was that Deadpool again?
Wiz, never thought I'd say this, but I might have had too much to drink.
But Darkseid's deadliest technique is his signature Omega Beams. These burning lasers of hatred are capable of instant sharp turns and tracking multiple targets at once.
They're splitting up. They can do that? They're locked on us.
On contact, the beams can either disintegrate their target, transmute matter, erase beings from existence, or trap enemies in the Omega Sanction. The Omega Sanction is a sort of life trap. Its target enters a self-contained reality where they live out an infinite number of lives for eternity.
Oh, that doesn't sound so bad. I'd just do a Bill Murray and use all those lives to learn piano or save a dog or...
I love
Yeah,
that
that's
movie,
probably better.
Groundhog Day.
Well, there's a catch. Each life in the Sanction gets progressively worse as it goes, including how you die. When the third Mr. Miracle was trapped in it, he was fairly unaware, until he was beaten, burned, mutilated, and castrated, broken to a point of intentionally overdosing. And that was just his first life in the Sanction.
Oh,
Ow.
no thanks. I'm good.
To overpower the multiverse, Darkseid would face some pretty steep competition. However, his power eclipses those of even some of the strongest heroes around.
He's fast enough to take a trip to the Source Wall in just a few seconds. That's at the very edge of existence. So, like, you're not
What?
gonna be able to map quest that shit.
The edge of the observable universe is about 45 billion light years away, and scientists hypothesize the actual scale is over 106 sextillion times greater. It took a whole year for the legendary Helm of Nabu to make this journey. But for Darkseid, all of 5
Wow.
seconds. To pull this off, he'd have to be moving over 87 duodecillion times the speed of light.
Which is totally a real number that I understand.
Wow.
But if he's super big in Fourth World, wouldn't he have an easier time getting to the edge?
We're factoring the scaling across his universe as a whole. Besides, technically the Fourth World is 4 billion years older than our own universe, so the distance to the edge is probably even further.
He's so quick, he can choke out Superman before he even sees him move.
Wow.
Or knock him out cold in just a few bitch slaps. And Superman can survive supernovas to the face. Also, since Darkseid wasn't affected by the Crisis Mega Reboot, it's still canon that he can blitz pre-Crisis soups who can sneeze solar systems away.
Darkseid is strong enough to crush a lantern ring with ease, destroy planets with his Omega Beams, and wipe out the Justice League with a single strike. Even with all this power, Darkseid believed he could not dominate the universe until he discovered his ultimate prize, the anti-life equation.
Ha! I knew numbers were bad for you. Take that, Miss Jensen, and your stupid ruler.
Is this beer alive?
The anti-life is technically an entity of its own, a fragmented piece of the source from which all life originates. However, Darkseid discovered a formula which essentially manipulates the Anti-Life's presence in all living things, in a manner which definitively proves that all freedom and hope are meaningless efforts.
So it's math that just makes you sad.
Yes, and a slave to Darkseid, but yes. So the Anti-Life is pretty weird, but you know what's even more so? The Darkseid that you think you know isn't actually Darkseid.
Say what now?
He became the very essence of tyranny itself. This non-corporeal god rests in the higher plane of Fourth World and molds avatars of his consciousness to interact with the multiverse around him. While each avatar is weaker than his true self, it's a necessary handicap, as his own existence in a universe other than Fourth World would shatter the laws of reality, ending time and space as we know it. The sheer power of the Omega Effect threatens entire cosmos, similar to how its equal, the Astroforce, could counter an Oblivion bomb, capable of annihilating the universe in a single blast.
Holy shit! His avatar may lose some power, but it's still tough enough to survive a bomb Lex Luthor designed to rip apart existence, and a shot from Marvelous Marno's Master Blaster, which sounds like it was made up by a circus clown. And that kinda makes sense because apparently no life form can stand up to it. Just like clowns.
Except for Darkseid.
Well, Darkseid isn't immune to all guns. All you need is a neat little Radion bullet.
Think of Radion as the new god's kryptonite. Despite all his power, Darkseid is far from invincible. He's had his heart ripped out, his soul stolen by death, and his essence shattered by Superman, singing.
Hey, Darkseid, look at this photograph!
To this day, even after so many cataclysmic events, the Lord of Apocalypse continues his mission. Every living being in the multiverse will bend to the will of Darkseid.
It seems I have you to thank for my resurrection. Though your world will suffer slowly, I grant you a quick death.
Is that Michael Ironside? It's awesome. Okay, so guys, all right. I just want to touch a little bit here on what's just happened. Okay, so I was just thinking, hey, Thanos, he can't lose. He can't. But now I'm starting to think, wow, Darkseid is broken. He's like broken pre-crisis Superman, or he's ridiculous, or I don't know much about comic books or superheroes or even pre-crisis Superman. It's just that, holy crap, like old school Superman sneezed planets away. This dude's like that. Holy crap, what is Thanos gonna do against Darkseid? Let's go ahead and check it out. Let's just check it out.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
I'm worried for my boy
It's
Thanos.
time for a death battle!
You can fly, you can teleport, it'll send you through time and space, and it's
Deadpool.
perfect for gaming. You follow me? Sure you do. You're a forward-thinking guy.
At last, there it is.
I guess he's talking Darkseid, yeah.
Thanos, buddy, how are you doing? Rocking that chin as always.
I wasn't expecting this to be 3D, but I am pleasantly
Get off
surprised.
my throne and kneel. Face death at the hand of your new emperor.
You know not the infinite wealth of destruction I command.
The friggin' voice acting's really good. He got some good voice actors. He's got the Infinity Gauntlet. Guess he's gonna need it. The soundtrack is sick. Absolute mad lads.
Dare strike me. Beg for the sweet release of gas.
You first.
Warping reality.
Battle for the universe, let's get striking to the power and the force of the mightiest fighting energy blast hit fast.
This is so good. This animation. Holy crap.
I'm the king. I'm the king. Yeah, hard and pride crash like when stars collide. Feel it all inside. I'm ready for your soul demise.
Wow.
King.
Top notch word. Death battle. Everybody that worked on this. Holy crap.
I'm the king.
Thanos playing.
Get it
Thanos helicopter. They can literally do anything in this fight. Unlimited possibilities. Ridiculous. He's throwing a fucking planet at him.
I am Thanos. Thanos is supreme. Thanos is God.
Battle for the universe, let's get striking. Feel the power and the force of the mightiest fight. Energy blast hit fast, our beams like lightning. Who can win?
Oh my god.
Hands of a titan, I'm the king.
He's coming out, man. He's huge. He's as big as he's bigger than the planets. This is ridiculous. He's bringing all the planets. This is the best fight ever. This is just amazing what they've created. I've got goosebumps. I don't know if you can see them, but there are goosebumps on my arm right now. I've got goosebumps. Like, seriously. I don't know if you can see it, but I've got goosebumps.
These games bore me.
They bore you?
Bring a smile to my face.
I was wondering when he was gonna do that.
It'll have to wait.
What?
Coward! Who are you? Who are you?
I'll show you.
They just can't delete him from existence.
This is who I am. Your reality is far from my own.
I can't wait to see
I
the
have no power.
breakdown after this.
I am all things. This is who I am.
Pitiful.
Is he looking at us? Oh my god! It's Deadpool with a gun!
What the hell? Is Deadpool making out with death?
In endless death.
So you watching any anime?
What the hell?
Oh man, that's the worst way he could have gone out, because now he's gonna be dying over and over and over.
Thanos was an incredible foe, especially while wielding the Infinity Gauntlet. Unfortunately, the gauntlet had a fatal flaw.
Yeah, that golden glove only works in its own universe, and Darkseid could easily move the fight to new ones with his boomstick tubes. Universe hopping is kind of his thing.
The Reed
Boomsticks
Richards of the
used.
Interdimensional Council of Reeds figured this out. Its 3 founding members, Reed, Reed, and Reed, each possessed Infinity Gauntlets, but discovered that they couldn't work outside of their own universes.
The Gauntlet had no problem making Darkseid's avatar not feel so good. But since Darkseid's true form was always in the Fourth World universe, Thanos couldn't actually finish him off with the Gauntlet.
Even if this fight took place in entirely neutral territory, the victor wouldn't change. Thanos' gauntlet wouldn't work, and true Darkseid's presence would actually just destroy everything just by being there.
But he didn't just lose because of the Gauntlet. He really couldn't keep up with the Space Golem.
Even going toe-to-toe with a being as fast as Silver Surfer was nothing compared to when Darkseid took a trip to the edge of existence. This puts Darkseid almost 28 octillion times faster than Thanos.
And his Omega effect scales to the Astro Force, which could equal the Oblivion Bomb's universe-destroying blast. This means the Omega effect and Infinity Gauntlet were both pretty even in terms of destructive ability. But unlike Thanos, Darkseid can use his Omega powers whenever and wherever he wants.
Once he lost the gauntlet, Thanos could certainly survive star-level attacks, and even greater. But universal destruction is definitely a bit more than his purple Eternal Hide could handle. And even after that, Darkseid had plenty of ways to end the fight whenever he wanted, like the Omega Sanction.
Thanos was super powerful, but Darkseid was just faster, stronger, and even more ruthless.
And if you think about it, Thanos needed the Infinity Gauntlet to become a god, but Darkseid already was one.
Thanos just couldn't run.
Won the gauntlet!
Oh, you son of a bitch!
The winner is Darkseid.
Wow, guys, just wow.
Hey, thanks for watching this year's season finale. If you want the battle music, you can get it by clicking the link.
That was the season finale.
Or
Wow.
we got a bunch of great new merch for the holidays, and you can pick some up by clicking that box right over there.
That's insane. I just wow. Season 6 begins January 21st. All right. I'm so ready for season 6, guys. I don't know about you, but yeah, super ready for that. I'm blown away. That was the best battle of the season. Hands down, it beats all the other ones. For me, that was top one. I'm not even that interested in these two characters. You get me? I've never been super interested in Darkseid or Thanos. I met Thanos. I mean, I didn't meet him, but the first time I saw Thanos was in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And, you know, he was a cool little character, purple guy. I was like, well, who's this guy? I'm never playing as him. It turns out to be like the craziest villain from Marvel Universe history or whatever. So, you know, didn't know that, but now I do. It was a beautiful fight. The soundtrack, the voice acting, the animation, all of it was top notch. The breakdowns, Ben and Boomstick and Wiz's interactions were perfect. Yeah, it was just amazing. I'm Spectral Star, and I'll see you guys on the next video on my Wamo Kodoku.
My powers making you deal, but you ain't ready to roll. I got death's phone